If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's a very difficult question to ask in Singapore. Why would you be restricted to one meal? Hi, I'm a long-suffering but ever-hopeful Arsenal fan. Ask me anything. Hi, I'm Shanmugam, 62 years old, and I'm a minister. This is what other people say: tough, unyielding, relentless. I would say in most situations I'm calm, focused, collected. We got IMH to do a research on articles which have been published in many international journals, respectable journals. And the research showed cannabis is addictive, it causes irreversible brain damage, shrinkage of the brain, serious mental, psychiatric illnesses. Research is clear, it's addictive and it will destroy you. If you want real life examples, I'll call him R. He wrote to me at the end of last year to share how he got started on cannabis. He thought it was harmless, cool. He later learned that cannabis affects one's day-to-day life and decision-making skills. Numerous cases, immense amount of research, families destroyed, young children killed, lives wasted, untold misery. Don't start. Now, there is some research showing that cannabinoids can help manage some medical conditions, and there is a framework in place. Medical professionals make an assessment and they make an application. We allow it. The reason why we have death penalty and why it is imposed is because we believe a larger number of people are saved and their lives are saved. Death penalty has an effect in deterring drug traffickers. Those who knew of the legal consequences, that means possible death penalty, it actually changed their behavior. And we have to look at the high costs of drugs on the individual, the family, and society. So the death penalty is harsh, but the impact of drugs on society and the number of people who will die would be worse. And even in Singapore, so many innocent children affected. 2016, a mother grievously abused a 5-year-old child, repeatedly pouring hot water on him. She said that she had been suffering from meth withdrawal symptoms, was becoming quite agitated in the days before her son's death. She was no longer able to buy meth from her usual dealer, was running low on supplies. Many such examples. Who cries for these children? Who cries for the families that are destroyed? The work of prison officers, it's not understood enough, goes much beyond that. For the last 22 years, they have taken a vision of captains of lives. They treat themselves as captains of the lives of the inmates since 1999. So rehab, reintegrating inmates is a key part of the prison's mission. And after the inmate is released, we continue to support the inmate. So inmates could be put on community-based programs, and during this period they get counseling, and casework is given to those who require additional support. And the proof of the pudding, success, well, you look at the recidivism rate, it's low by comparison with other similar cities, and it's at an all-time low right now, even in Singapore. Answer is yes. Since 2015, 8 young persons below the age of 20 have been dealt with under the Internal Security Act. Online influencers have been the main cause of radicalization amongst young people. And the rehab efforts have to focus on each individual, look at the psychological, religious, social rehabilitation, and it's a long process. You mustn't immediately jump to the conclusion that there has been a very sharp increase. It's also a question of how much it's been publicized. But secondly, I think you can also relate it to technology. Every phone is a camera, and people are much more savvy with tech, and I think there is a lot more voyeurism that's going on. And when in any right-thinking society, this will make people angry. There can be no excuse for such conduct. So mitigation pleas based on educational qualifications, academic potential should not carry much weight. So you touch a woman inappropriately without her consent, if you upload intimate images of an ex-girlfriend or any other woman, if you video record a woman showering or in an intimate position, you must face serious consequences in law, And you shouldn't be able to come to court and say you have a bright future, you will go far, and so on. When I said in Parliament, you can go far, but first serve the sentence. It's not a new challenge. We've always said, the racial fault lines, racism have existed. And, that's the same in most multiracial societies. But in Singapore, we have a strong base of multiracial harmony. And Singaporeans can be proud of that when compared to other multicultural societies, even as we acknowledge that racism continues and the fault lines continue. All of us have to play a part, and collectively we need to deepen our intercultural awareness, understanding, enhance opportunities and spaces for people to share their views on sensitive matters like race, religion, in a respectful manner. I'm a neutral, although I've followed England for much longer, but I have to say in the finals, Italy played better.
It's coming through!
No, we don't need bulletproof vests in Singapore, but that's a weight-bearing vest. I put, weights in that vest. It increases the effort in the walking. I carry 10 kilograms. So you walk with the 10 additional kilograms on you.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's a very difficult question to ask in Singapore. Why would you be restricted to one meal? But if you force me, I will say one of maybe a carrot cake or char teow, or maybe chicken rice. I would say it's a hard choice. Oscar Wilde said, "Youth is wasted on the young." I referred to that quote several times. When you're young, you don't realize how precious your youth is, and that you should spend a little bit more time in your youth, enjoying your youth. I would say if I had known how much I would be short of time, I would have spent a bit more time on myself when I was young.